Hello YouTube! Today on The Naughty Librarian, I'm bringing you a library book sale book haul. Holy shit! Okay, so I went to a library book sale recently and oh my gosh, it was a treasure trove and I found so many good books. And I will tell you guys right now, I got most of these books for free. They were the free cart and I'm like, how are people not picking the free books if they had good shit in that free cart? And I was astounded. And I picked so many of them. So I think I got out of this book sale with all of these books for, I think, $3. Holy shit. Okay, let's get into this. I am so excited. Like, I'm running off that like book sale vibe right now where I'm just like buzzing. So let's go. For free, I picked up a copy of Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I have been wanting to read this actually. It's classic fantasy. Everyone says they love this book. It's like so well beloved and everyone loves the movie that I haven't seen because I haven't read the book and I don't really know what's going on here. But there's a moving castle and witches, I think. So I still don't know what's happening in it, but I got it for free. And I was like, free? That's a good price. And I mean, there is some breaking on the binding, but like it's in amazing shape. That's like the only damage, so heck yeah, for free. Also for free, I got The Other Miss Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. I'm trying to find my groove with Julia Quinn. I've only read one of her books, but it was a book that was like on my worst books of list, so but you know what? The back blurbs of these books always sound so good. And I know the Bridgertons series is going to be on Netflix soon. Like they're making it into a Netflix series. So I saw it and I'm like, well, for free, I'm definitely gonna grab this book. And it is about the Bridgertons and there's a boat, so maybe some boat stuff. It's about a tenacious lady named Poppy. And then she finds a smuggler den and then the smugglers come and they're like, get out of our den, we're kidnapping you. And she's like, oh no. And then she's like trussed up in the captain's bed of this pirate ship. Well, privateer's ship. And then the captain's like, why is there a lady in my bed? Oh, you're a Bridgerton? Ah, shit, I'm probably have to marry you because your family's crazy. And then love. So, it sounds silly, but I do like piratey stories. I always get excited when I hear there's going to be pirating adventures, even though they don't always turn out well, but I get excited by them. So, hey, for free, definitely worth picking up. Also for free, I have Haunted by Your Touch. And this is kind of a mashup of novellas, but it has Janine Frost, Shayla Black, and Sherry Kohler. I know Shayla Black and I know Janine Frost. I don't know Sherry Kohler, but hey, novellas. Book one is Night's Darkest Embrace by Janine Frost. Then I have Mated by Shayla Black and Darkest Temptation by Sherry Kohler. I'm just gonna read the blurb because it's like 3 stories and it's short. Enter the dark realm of Nocturna in Janine Frost's red-hot tale where blisteringly sexy Raphael dominates the demons of a lawless dimension and tries to help a beautiful young woman avenge her cousin's disappearance. 2 very different things. In the shadowy world of Shayla Black's doomsday brethren, magical warrior Raiden vows to protect his woman and their unborn youngling from evil and deliver her safely to another man. But once he saved her, can he really let her go? Lycans rule the night in Sherry Kohler's suspenseful story as a fiery woman stalks the mysterious Luke. Oh my gosh, it's Luke, L-U-C. That's always like the perfect werewolf name. The undeniably hypnotic being she believes can save her from turning if she kills him. Danger beckons in these captivating paranormal tales that will tempt readers to the edge and leave them begging for more. So yes, it's smutty delights, paranormal romances, little like novellas. Sometimes you just want like a short story. So I got it for free, definitely worth it. This book I actually paid for. I think it was 50 cents. This is The Sight by Chloe Neal. This is part of her Devil's Isle series. I have the first book and now I believe this is book 2. So I'm like, hey, yes, getting these cheap. It takes place in New Orleans, it's paranormal, and Chloe Neal, she writes the Chicagoland Vampire series, which I really enjoyed. So, like, it's got a lot of things going on here that would make me want to read it. I mean, New Orleans, automatically, I'm interested. The back doesn't really tell you much about it, but basically, there's this veil that like is in between like magical stuff and regular stuff, and it's coming down. So shit's going crazy in New Orleans, and they gotta fight to make it not like explode. You know, explode in like the literary sense where it's just like everything's wrong. So I mean, I'm so into it. It's like urban fantasy, romance, totally into it. This one I got for free, and this is Dealing in Dreams by Lilian Rivera. I was happy they were actually giving these away for free because this is an ARC. Usually they make you pay for ARCs at a library book sale, but they're like 50 cents, so it's like, technically that's a donation to the library, so I don't feel like it's wrong necessarily to sell them, even though you're not supposed to, but it's for the library. Anyway, Dealing in Dreams by Lilian Rivera. I've actually really been wanting to read this, and I was like, oh, the ARC, and it's free! Basically, I was like a kid at Disneyland, and I kept seeing good things in this cart. I'm like, how does no one know but me? Are they lying? Is it not really free? And then I went and asked somebody. I'm like, is this a free? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yes. It's kind of hard to explain this one. I think it's very much fantastical, but it's also has like real world implications and like things you would understand in a real world. It's kind of dealing with gangs and like wanting to better your life and kind of maybe move out of, you know, the poor area you grew up in. You want to move up and out into somewhere better, and then you're kind of trying to figure out like, who are you in this life? Is this what you really want? Etc, etc. But I mean, the cover's dope. I've heard great things about this. This is a book I definitely really wanted to read, so I was excited I got for free. Oh my goodness, speaking of free, I got these 2 books of this series for free. Book 1 and 2, I believe. So this is Temptation at Twilight, and this is Desire After Dark, and they're both like paranormal romances. It's topless dudes with swords, and they're both kind of holding them at groin level, and I'm like, okay, we get the joke. You know, boners. I don't really know what this is about because sadly there are pieces cut off because these are withdrawals from the library, but it's in New Orleans again. Hot damn, I do love a good New Orleans story. There's like French vampire, possibly immortals, and they're looking for mates, and they're looking to bang people, and it's got New Orleans, and it's gonna be great. I mean, it's assorted like paranormal romance. They're free, and I'm like, I appreciated the boner puns on the covers, okay? There you go. I liked it. It's New Orleans. It's gonna be paranormal romance. I'm in for free. This is a book I actually paid for, and this is Starfall by Melissa Landers. This is actually book 2 of the Starflight series, and I read Starflight a few years ago now, and in the back of my brain, I've always kind of wanted to continue this series, and I was just like, I don't have the book, maybe someday, I don't know. And that's at the sale, and I was like, oh, $1, okay. I'll get this for $1. Starfall, yay! So now if I want to, I can actually continue the series. And I do think it's a little bit more episodic of this series because it's the same characters we met before, but we're focusing on different characters primarily. So it's gonna be like a little bit of the old storyline, which was pretty much wrapped up, and then this new storyline. So I think it's more episodic that it doesn't matter. It was several years ago when I read the first book. Like, I feel like I can go into this one and like pick it up, because it's gonna be like a brand new story rather than so much of a continuation. It's Disney Hyperion, and I remember when I read the other one, I was like, this feels like a Disney sci-fi story, and it kind of does have that Disney Hyperion feel, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So I got it at library book sale, and this is like brand new practically. Holy potatoes, let me see. Oh, it like bends, it cracks. Okay, this is like brand new. It cracks a little bit when I open it. Yes, $1. Another book I picked up for free was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, and I saw it and I was like, this is the ARC? Holy shit. And this is an ARC from 2013. Holy moly, I was so excited. I actually have read this book and I did enjoy it. I love Holly Black books. Pretty much overall, I love all of them. I'm trash for like the Wicked King, Cruel Prince, that whole series. I'm trash for it. And then I did read this one and I did enjoy it. Now I have the ARC. I picked up an ARC and it was free. Oh my goodness, such a find. Such a freaking find. It is fantasy. It's about vampires and is a standalone, and Cold Town is basically where all the vampires live. and if you enter a cold town, you're not allowed back out, and this girl goes into a cold town. So shit goes down. It's very interesting. I appreciated it. I loved it. Now I have an arc of it. Such a find. So excited. Also for free, I got a copy of Ruse by Cindy Pon, and again, this is the arc of it from March 2019, so this is a relatively new arc, but I did read the first book of this series, Want, and I enjoyed it. I thought it could have been better, but it did have certain scenes in it that like still stick in my mind to this day. For a book that I gave like 3.25 stars to, there's still scenes of that book that are stuck in my head. So it does have like a lasting power to it. So I do kind of want to see where they go with book 2, because maybe book 2 is going to be really good, because even a book that I didn't give the highest rating to, like I still remember lots of scenes of very vividly. So, you know, and it was free. So, hey, free arc, library book sale, this was dope. And I'm really into it. It definitely this takes place in Beijing, I believe, or Shanghai. I think it's definitely China. And there's this evil corporation, and they are, you know, hurting people, and there's also virtual reality going on, and corruption, and these kids are fighting back somehow. They're like hackers, and it's cool. I don't know, it's like general like dystopian sci-fi stuff, and I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. More interested now that I got a copy of it. The last book I got at this book sale, I did in fact buy it. I believe this was like $2, but this is The Heroes by Joe Abercrombie, and I got it mainly because Leanna from Leanna Library, she loves Joe Abercrombie, and she always talks about him, and I saw one of his books and was like, oh my gosh, I'm picking this up! And basically it's grimdark fantasy. There's this big battle going on, and we're focusing on 3 men in particular, and none of them are heroes. Like, none of these characters are going to be good people. So you're kind of just seeing, like, people in a very bad situation and doing what they do, and they're going to be morally gray, and it's going to be super dark, and I'm like, this is a find. And then I looked it up in the side of it. I was like, ooh, what edition is this? This is like a hardcover. It's a little dinged, but like, is it good? And I was like, oh, first edition! So I was very excited I got this. And such a find for a library book sale. You never find like cool ones like this. You find a lot of weird stuff. Sometimes there's gems. Okay, so finds of finds at this library book sale. I couldn't believe the free cart. So many books I got for free, and I'm like, I'm cheating the system. Like, I felt bad. I remember I think I gave him an extra $1. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It ended up being like $3.50. So I said I gave him $4, and I just donated the 50 cents. I'm like, you don't have to give me change. Here you go. Like, I felt bad. So I'm like, you could just keep it. Keep the change. So for $4, I got like 10, 11 books. It's bananas. So yeah. Let me know in a comment down below, do you go to library book sales? And if so, what's your favorite find you ever found at one? Like, what's like the coolest book you got? Let me know in a comment down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!